Why am I talking so much about you being a victim of bullying and you bullying your kid? Because then this gives you the idea exactly, right? What is it for your kids that needs to happen? What is the best way for you as a mom to make sure your kid is not going to be a victim of any toxic person, not be manipulated, not be abused in any way, and not be a victim of any bullying? How do you do that as a mom? You tell me. That's exactly how much power you have, okay? That's exactly why we're talking. And I know I feel it. Like I have like this super direct energy because I'm like, I'm fighting here for all the victims of bullying. And at the same time, I'm mad at myself for being the one who bullied my daughter. But this is what you can do once you use that energy, once you use that guilt for a good purpose then. Once you use that guilt as the engine, as the fuel to actually go and do something good about it, okay? Because it doesn't help anybody. You sitting here and feeling sorry for yourself and for your kid and crying about it and feeling like I messed up my kids for life. Well, you did give them some childhood trauma. You did. Okay, let's call it what it is. But as long as you stay in that victim and guilt and the judging yourself, you will not be able to look forward and now go do something about it. So what is it exactly that you can do about it? I think you can already guess what I'm going to say, right? One healed mom is more powerful than a team of psychologists. I said it before several times and I will keep saying that because you need to hear me. I just spoke to another mom this morning who told me her son has been seeing psychologists for 6 years. I'm like, how is that working for him? It's not. I'm like, yeah. One healed mom is more powerful than a team, several psychologists. Why is that? You tell me. Because it's not about your kid talking to somebody, doing talk therapy and trying to analyze and talk through their pain and them trying to make it go away. What is it that your kid has been missing all along? What is the key thing that they have been asking for that they need? You don't know? Then go think about your childhood. What is it that you needed more than any summer holidays, Christmas gifts, new clothes? What is it that you needed to feel the most from your own parents? So, now you know what your child needs to feel from you. And I know you'll be telling me, but I tell him how great he is, how much I love him, and how amazing he is, and how talented, and how good enough, and how beautiful they are, and I tell them all day long how much I love them. Words are cheap. How do you react when they make a mistake? How do you react when they mess up, when they make you be late, when they're being with the head in the clouds and your time is running out? How do you act then? What kind of energy do you come up to them? Do you still feel like telling them how much you love them? I don't think so. Not in that moment, right? And this is not the invitation to let your kids run your life based on their schedule. Absolutely not. There needs to be some boundaries. There needs to be some negotiation about responsibilities, and they need to be respectful for sure. Gentle parenting doesn't mean like let your kids do whatever they please whenever they want. No. But it starts with you cleaning up the pain you have from your childhood, because it's like dark glasses full of mud and stuff. You cannot see your kids clearly. All you see when you look at them is the reflection of your own trauma, is the reflection of your own childhood pain. You are worried that they will not be accepted by friends, that they are not sociable enough, nobody will like them, and that they will be victims of bullying. You are worried about that. That's why you're judging them. That's why you're controlling them. That's why you're pushing them to be perfect, because you're worried people will not like them and that's going to hurt them. Well, look what that's doing to them already. They are not getting the love from the one person who is the most important. If they don't feel loved unconditionally by their own mother, then nothing else matters. No other relationship with anybody or anything will ever feel or feed that void in them. That's why you, by the way, keep overeating, drinking, shopping excessively, like whatever you're doing, binge watching Netflix until you're a complete zombie because you want to forget about the pain you feel inside. And that pain comes from the times when you did not feel good enough, no matter how hard you tried. So, in order to help your kids not feel the same way, not be the victims of any bullying, you need to start healing yourself first. So that when you look at your kids, you see them and not your trauma, not your own pain, not your own insecurities, not your own like, oh, how do I do that because my parents didn't teach me? You need to heal yourself first. No more trauma coping mechanisms, no more controlling, people-pleasing, perfecting, hyperachieving, restless, avoiding, judging. Heal. So that then, when your kids need you because their life got tough, they are struggling with something, all they will see when you look at them is the reflection of their potential, of their worthiness. They will not see your trauma and your pain. They will not take that up on themselves. The generational chain of not good enough will stop with you, so that when they look at themselves through your eyes, they will feel the essence. They will understand, I'm worthy because my mom loves me no matter what. Yes, I don't always get it right. I'm not perfect. She's helping me. She's sometimes mad at me because I forget to do this or that. But I know there's nothing in the world I could do that she would stop loving me. Because that's the energy you will start giving them, especially when they deserve it the least. Those are the moments. That's why I was saying the talk is cheap. You telling them how much you love them in the last few seconds before they fall asleep, and you know, like, I have my time and they will sleep now, so I can tell you I love you so much and now sleep. No, they need to hear the most when they are the least worth it. When you feel like they messed up big time. Because isn't that what you would wish? Think about it from your perspective. Think about the last biggest mistake you made. Which would you prefer? That somebody comes and like smashes your face in it and like bah! Keeps reminding you for the next 1 year every day of your life? Or would you rather that somebody comes and say like, that didn't work, did it? So what do we need to learn from it? How are you going to fix it? Do you want my help fixing it? And by the way, you're amazing. Not these words, but with this energy. You will make them feel the more down they are, the more they beat themselves up. The more you will tell them, it's okay, I'm not mad. The energy is like, I love you no matter what. There's nothing in the world that you can do for me to stop loving you ever. Ever. I will always be your safe place where you can always come back to, no matter what mistake you make, no matter how much pain you are, no matter what. There's nothing you can ever do or say that would make me stop loving you. That's the energy from which you need to start living. But you will be able to do that only once you clean up your childhood trauma, and once you will realize that the same applied to you once upon a time. You are worthy of being loved unconditionally, no matter how much you mess up. You as a mom. It doesn't matter how much you already traumatized your kids, how much you bullied them. What matters is now the present moment, you deciding, enough, I'm breaking it now. I'm getting the help. And I'm going to start giving my kids what they need, which is what I needed all along. Feeling seen, heard, loved unconditionally, no matter what. We can talk about how to correct the behavior, but the child underneath, the connection with you underneath, the safety and love they need to feel so that they feel really secure to come back to you whenever they are struggling with anything. That's what needs to be the baseline. Yes? Let's take a breath. I'm feeling quite intense today. I hope you're doing well. If you made it all the way here to to this point in the podcast episode, that tells me, good, well done. You can handle it. There are probably some people who already checked out. They were not ready for this kind of level of energy. Not judging them for anything. But it's good. Good on you. You made it. Okay? What's going to happen in the coming hours? You will feel rattled a little bit, probably. You will start examining your behavior. You will start paying more attention. Great. If there's any judge voice in your head who will beat you up, permission granted, send it away. Tell the judge, I'm here to learn from my mistakes. Okay? So let's make sure you learn. But first of all, you will have to send that judge away, because as long as you're beating yourself up, you are not learning. You're still in your victim mode and it's about you. That's the egotistic little you, the little child. As long as you stay you being the hurt child in pain, feeling guilty, you cannot be the adult helping your kids. So that's how you perpetuate and prolong the pain for everybody. So the sooner you get out of your guilt mode and you get into action, saying like, I'm making a clean slate, it stops today. Let me get the help I need so that I can change and learn from it and make it better in the future. That's all that counts. So what are the next steps that you can take? Sign up for that Mommy Tantrum training. That's the best way I know how to help you, right? Because that's where I explain it from the beginning till the end. What are the steps? I'm throwing here a lot of things like childhood trauma and stuff. You need to understand. If you haven't done the digging with me yet, or in 10, 20 years of talk therapy, because that's approximately how long it takes them to let you know where it all comes from, you need to know where exactly it comes from. You need to know who was your first bully, what is it that they did to you, and then you need to find a specialist to help you heal it fast. Not in the next 10 years. So you can save your money and time on any classic counseling, talk therapy, EMDR, CBT, hypnotherapy, EFT, family systems. Those are the ones that I hear the most often about. You need to work with a specialist at healing generational, developmental, because that's what I also explain. It's specific kind of childhood trauma. Okay? That's what needs to happen. Second thing that needs to happen is in parallel is you rewiring your brain that automatically goes into all those trauma coping mechanisms like the hyperachieving, perfecting, controlling, people-pleasing, avoiding, judge. Those are all trauma coping mechanisms because at one point in time in your life you felt not good enough, so you started applying all these compensation strategies to make yourself feel good enough. Okay, there's something wrong with me, but if I only cover it up by being perfectionist, controller, hyperachiever, then other people will give me some approval. At least little breadcrumbs, please. I know I was not worthy of being loved fully by my parents. I'm really so bad. But please, would you give me at least some breadcrumbs of appreciation and love, attention? If I just hyperachieve, control, perfect, do enough? Yeah, so you put that facade. That facade has to go out. You need to rewire your brain so that you don't have to look for these crutches and compensation mechanisms, so that you feel like I'm good enough, I'm worthy, and I know how to do it the healthy way. My parents couldn't teach me. I'm not here to blame them. Probably something happened that was even worse in their childhood. I bet they already made it better for me than they had it in their childhood. That's okay. I'm at peace with what happened. I'm here to do it better. And I understand it's not just about learning some parenting scripts to manipulate my kids somehow to do what I need to do because of my trauma, but I'm here to do it the healthy way. Connection first, unconditional love and worthiness, being aware of what are the priorities here. Okay?